Joanna Page with you on BBC Radio Wales until 11 o'clock. Now, if, like me, you ate your body weight and more in chocolate over Easter and you never want to see another bit of chocolate again, fear not. My next guest brings hope in the shape of simple, healthy foods we can cook at home. Lisa Fearn is a mum of 5 who runs a cookery school from an old cowshed near Llandilo. Now, after bringing up her 5, yes, you heard me right, her 5 children, she decided to set up the business, mainly teaching kids as well as running 2 cafes. Oh, my goodness me. Welcome, Lisa. I don't know how you've got time to fit us in there.
I've got plenty of time.
But the last time we spoke, lockdown had got in the way of you opening a business in Carmarthen, hadn't it? What's happening there now? Yeah, is it all running okay? What's going on with it?
Well, I think we were going to open just after the fire break, and that's a blast from the past, isn't it? What on earth is a fire break? But anyway, we did open eventually.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, we got there. We delayed by the 2-week fire break that we had in November. Oh, going back, it does feel like years ago. No, it is years ago, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah. Now, you specialise in teaching kids how to cook, don't you? Do you think that it's important that we start teaching them at a young age?
I definitely think it's crucial. It's also crucial for mums and dads, by the way, because obviously it does take a little bit more effort and time and clearing up potentially when you get little ones involved. But it does teach them the basics from a very young age. And I think that's so good because by the time they're 7 and 8, seriously, they can be making your food for you. So, it has a good payback.
Well, it does mine, doesn't it? Because I've got to be honest, I get so exhausted every evening. They come home from school and I think, I really don't know what to start cooking now. You run out of things, someone's being fussy, somebody else doesn't want this or that, someone's not hungry. And I've now found that I'm stuck in a rut of having to make lots of different meals. Half the time they don't eat them. And I mean, what kind of things do you teach the kids?
I teach them a range of nice, healthy snacks and some family meals and also some nice sweet treats. But going back to that question, what should we have for supper? I swear, if I don't know whether there's a book out there called that, but if I do write another book, it'll be called What Should We Have for Supper? Because
that would be, I would buy it. That sounds so good.
It doesn't matter how competent a cook you are, whether you're a trained chef. Everybody has that question, what should we have for supper? So, the way I combat that is, and I don't always do this, and I kick myself for not doing it, but if you treat it the same way as I treat my workshops, in the sense that I have to plan ahead. So think about what are the favourite meals that we like to eat in our house. Ask the kids, what do you like? What's your number 1 meal? What's your favourite snack? And compile a list and then slot them into days of the week. So that helps with your shopping, obviously, because you know what you're going to eat. Therefore, you know what to buy. And it takes that time of the day where you think, what's in the fridge and what can I make with this? So if you know you're going to make corn fritters and paprika wedges on a Tuesday night, there's no question about it. That's what's going to happen, So that makes life a lot easier. And also to think about things then maybe plan Monday to Friday and then plan in treat days, plan in your takeaway night so that you don't come home every night thinking, shall we have that takeaway tonight? You know that Saturday is going to be takeaway night, and life becomes a little bit more or less stressful, I think.
Yeah, that does sound less stressful.
And also to think then of easy meals. For instance, if your law is to cook fish, a lot of people don't like fish. They don't like the smell of fish. They don't know how to cook fish. So a simple thing, I've just jotted a few things down. Fish parcels, a little piece of foil or some parchment paper, greaseproof paper. Pop your piece of fish in that. It doesn't matter whether it's a salmon fillet, whether it's a piece of cod. It doesn't matter. You could almost put fish fingers in, let's be honest, and then just add a couple of cherry tomatoes, add a little bit of courgette or peas or sweet corn or whatever you like with a little drizzle of oil. Pop it in the oven for 15 minutes. That's a meal in itself. And
is that all it takes?
That's how long it takes, yeah. Obviously, it depends on the thickness of the fish, but fish cooks so quickly. And then you haven't got messy tins to wash up. You give your child a little parcel. You don't need to open it up. Snip a little cross on the top of it so that the steam comes out and then say, dig into that. They're going to love it because it's like having a little parcel, a little present on the plate.
Yes. Yeah, well, I'm now starting to feel, now the weather's improving and it's spring and it's starting to get warm, I'm wanting to put away my stews and my hot pots and all of those sort of things. What sort of nice spring sort of meals would you suggest for us?
Well, I'm loath to use the word, but I will. I'll use it once, and that's salad. But I'm not talking limp lettuce and a piece of tomato and cucumber. That is the worst. But I'm talking about a salad that includes things like either grated or finely chopped apple, a few sultanas.
Nice.
Chopped cherry tomatoes, raw cauliflower or raw broccoli, believe it or not, really nice.
Wow.
Maybe things like olives. And the thing is, these lend themselves perfectly to feeding young family because they are basically finger foods. Yes, we use a knife and fork, but if you chop them coarsely, or even better, put them on a skewer, they're perfect for little children to sort of pick at and sort of have a bit of fun whilst they eat.
Yes.
And of course, dress them well. Good dressing, a nice olive oil, maybe some mint, some lemon, makes a huge difference. And also, if you chop them really nice and chunkily, large, and make a dip, a yogurt and mint dip, or just a nice dressing, a nice tomato salsa. And these are then healthy foods, full of fruit and veg, of course, because we're recommended not 5, but 10 these days. So that's going to be a job to get them down, the little ones.
Wow.
So, and carrots, courgette sticks, cucumber sticks, the sort of thing you can buy, or you can make hummus and guacamole, all these nice flavoured things, and give them a taste for nice, fresh food from a young age. And I think the other thing to remember when you make these foods, ask the kids to name them. We could call it our Mega Munch sandwich, and then of course they have ownership of that, not only in the recipe and the creation of it, but actually in naming it, and then it can be your family favourite. And they'll remember it forever.
I tell you what, Lisa, that just sounds fantastic. You've made me very, very hungry there, and you've given me a lot of inspiration on what I'm going to be giving my kids when they get home from school. It's been so lovely chatting to you, and thank you very much for joining me. Now you can find out more about things with Lisa on her website, shed.co.uk. And thank you very much, Lisa.
You're welcome. Thanks a lot.